Jim, I just quit my job. What now? Well, this is quite a transformative moment for 22-year-old RYONPAK based in Northern Virginia. But I'm just going to break down in this video this scenario, my thoughts on the whole experience with the job change, why I'm moving jobs. You know, this is just a documentary for my future self, honestly. I don't really give a fuck if anyone watches this, dude. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm just saying this just so I can see it later when I'm like 10 years older and I'm like, oh shit, this guy, he just left his first actual job. Like, this isn't actual, like, my first job. My first job was working at Bojangles, the fast food restaurant. Like, I would wake up at 4 a.m. every day, go to Bojangles and clean moldy ass refrigerators with my bare fingertips, lift heavy ass boxes in a negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit freezer, and then right after that I'm also juggling making biscuits in the fucking oven. Like, it was pretty stressful, but I would work 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. like that. I don't know how the fuck I did it for a year, but I did it to make a little bit of extra money on the side while I was in school. So after that, at 1 p.m. I'll go home, eat all my calories in one meal, and then go to the gym, and then I would go to class, and then I would go home and play a little video games and then go to sleep at like 8 a.m. It was fucking miserable, dude. I would not recommend that shit. There's better ways to make money than working fast food. But I'm glad I did it. It's like a badge of honor that I did for a year there. But basically, this is my first actual job out of college. I graduated with a mechanical engineering degree in Virginia Tech, so that is pretty valuable in STEM at least. And I didn't have any internship experience. The first internship I got was declined because I was too fucking fat when it came to the physical. I'm not joking, you guys. My BMI was like 0.1 higher than it's supposed to be, and they rescinded my offer just because of that. It was fucking ridiculous. I was like 235 pounds then. I'm like 207 now, but like back then it was yikes, yabai. I wouldn't recommend being fat. And let's just say that I got my first job out of college. It was an internship at this company, and essentially I started like $20 an hour. It's a pretty small one. They put me as a mechanical engineer. I'm doing some design work and shit, and you know, I went for that for like 3 months, got promoted to a full-time, and honestly this full-time position was not the best. I should have been applying to other jobs at the time, but I thought this would be the place. But I don't know, don't get your hopes too high for small companies, man. But basically, I got promoted to like 21 an hour, I think. It's like 45K a year, pretty shit for mechanical engineering. But I stuck with it. You know, I was pretty happy about it because it was better than Bojangles making 15 an hour. I was like, damn, this is way better, and I don't have to clean moldy ass fridges the whole ass time. And after that, you know, I went to the fucking, what is going on this highway, bro? I swear everybody's fucking dying today. What is going on? Okay, well, basically, I was going to I was promoted there for like 8 months at 45K, but then, you know, some shit happened. I was like, damn, bro, I need more money. And I asked them for more money for a raise because I was like, damn, I compared to market rate, which was like 70, 80K for entry level for mechanical engineer. And I brought it up to them, and they're like, okay, well, fine, we'll bring you up. And then I got raised like 55K. And then literally like 2 weeks later, because the whole time I was applying to jobs the whole time, and I applied literally like everything. I applied to like hundreds of positions over the last 6 months or so on Indeed, LinkedIn, ZipRecruiter. Like, I had a whole ass fucking stack. I was using ChatGPT to help me write my offer letters. I was reiterating my resume like 10 fucking times. I don't know, man. I tried every fucking life hack, but it took me a really long time, you know. And I found an offer. They randomly just offered me it. They initially declined me, and they offered me again because apparently I'm like a top person because I market myself as being mechanical engineer plus AI, and they're like, oh shit, this guy knows AI, so let's put him on here. And I am very proficient at AI, so they like me a lot, and let's just say I'm being paid a lot more there than this current one. I will disclose that at a later date, but it's a lot more money, and I don't have to drive a fucking hour every day, 20 miles back and forth, and be stuck in bitch ass Nova traffic. And I also, you know, it's just a good life. I also get to live on my own, you know, develop more as a man, having my own independence instead of relying on someone else for rent. So it's going to be a very nice experience here. But basically, I got that offer, and I told the people there at the company, all right, guys, I'm dipping. I'm going to give you guys my 2-week notice. And let me tell you guys, they were fucking devastated when I told them this, because this is a small company, and you know how small companies, they don't have much labor, and a lot of people are juggling multiple hats. I will tell you, for the job of like $45K a year, I was juggling like 2 different fucking jobs. I was doing product management, I was doing, honestly, automation, I was making dashboards, I was doing mechanical design work, I was doing fucking everything at the same. I was making custom ass code, like I was vibe coding that shit up. But I know how to code from college, so like vibe coding is only possible if you know how to code. But I was making all that crazy ass code, doing custom ass thermal analysis for their complicated ass systems. It was fucking crazy, bro. But basically, that's what I was doing. And let's just say that I put in a lot of work. I am really, really efficient at work. I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but there's a concept called deep work, where like 8 hours in office isn't actually equating to like actual work. Most of the time, like 8 hours in office is like maybe 30 minutes of actual work that gets done, like for most people, because a lot of people, their brains are just rotted from shit food in America and social media consumption. So I escaped that matrix, and I can literally give 10x output than these people. So I put in a lot of work. I am quite valuable as an employee, but they don't really give me the pay in response to that. I even asked for like 70, 80, but yeah, basically I was like, okay, well, I got this new offer out of nowhere, and it was right after I got raised. So I was like, oh shit, I'm taking this, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I was looking to commute. I only got to commute like 2 hours to work 2 minutes, like 2 miles to work instead of 20 miles. That's fucking amazing. I have some people at the work that I really love talking to, but it was time that I was like, okay, well, I got to take the leap. I told them, all right, guys, I'm out of here. And a lot of people were really sad about this. And they're like, is there anything we can do to keep you here? Or, even when I was leaving today, they're like, oh, when are you going to come back to visit us? Or please come back and all that. It's just like, whatever, man. I don't know if I will come back to Nova, because I changed my plan a bit from the last videos. I think the first video I said, like, my 3-year plan. Well, I have like a change and update to that today that I'll tell you guys. But basically, I was watching that whole experience. It was quite interesting. I was leaving. One of my friends there, he was like, dude, why don't we just take a break? Because I'm going straight to this new place. I set up all the logistics like 2 weeks ago, like the apartment, the room, where I go, how I'm gonna work, my daily life schedule, what I'm gonna bring. I already figured out all those logistics like a couple days ago. It was a lot of brain power, but it's worth it. But my friend was like, dude, why don't you just like take a break? And this is just a side tangent for this video. This video is completely unscripted. I'm just gonna yap. I'm not gonna lie, guys. But basically, he was like, dude, why don't you just take a break? Because I'm going straight into this workplace like 2 days after I'm quitting this one. And I was like, dude, why would I need a break? Because I see all these people around me being like, oh, I'm so tired and all that. Like, how the fuck are you tired in an office job? An office job is like the only thing that is tiring is like the brain, the mental effort. But like most of these motherfuckers are doing busy work anyways. They're not actually using their brain. And like I'm actually putting my brain effort into doing all of this stuff. Like I'm making deep ass, quantitative, complex ass analysis on a lot of these projects, and I'm actually using my brain. So my brain calories are pretty extended here. Plus I'm on a cut, so I don't have like the calories to use it up. Plus I'm doing like 5 miles a day, unironically, and I'm also like strength training every day, right? So if anyone should be tired, it should be me. But these motherfuckers who are on their ass all day, like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm like, bro, like you're tired because you're eating all this seed oil garbage. You don't exercise, you sleep like shit, you go to sleep with the blue light on your phone, so your cortisol is all jacked up and you never get actual deep rest when you sleep. Because the thing about like rest and sleeping is that every day you have 12 hours to fucking rest. Like, let's be real, man. Because deep work, when you focus and locked in on the task, like the human limits from what I've seen and from like what people like Cal Newport have said are like 4 hours is pretty much the limit of every day of deep work, where you're actually locked in on a task to get it done. And a lot of these motherfuckers don't even extract even a tenth of that, like the average American in these office worker jobs, and they're like, oh, I'm so tired. Bro, it's because your diet is shit and your health is shit. If your health was better, you won't be that tired. And I'm doing like 10x the shit of all of these people, and I am, I would say sometimes I'm tired because I don't know. I think today I was like a little sleepy because of all the rain. I don't know. This is just a rant, man. Like, if you're tired, the first step to do for you is to do more. I'm not gonna lie, dude. If you're tired as fuck, do more. And when you do more, eat more, but eat healthier shit. I mean, if you're trying to cut, then okay, then maybe you don't eat more, but like change the diet such that you eat healthier food, and then also start doing exercise and all of that mumbo jumbo. Man, I'm not trying to go super deep in this video, but every time you do more, your body increases in baseline for how much you need to do to get tired. Like, I am maximum strenuously myself every day, 5 miles in the sneakers. I'm going to the gym every day. I'm putting in like 3 to 4 hours of deep ass work on this 9 to 5 job, because I'm working like 3 people's jobs. And I go home and I do some extra shit too. Like, even making these YouTube videos is gonna take a lot of brain calories. Plus, I'm doing it on low calories because I'm trying to lose weight. So like, the thing is that the only way I'm able to do this is because I've been progressive overloading and compounding the health effect for many, many years, like 3 to 4 years now. So there's a larger threshold for me to take care of for me to get actually tired. But like, that's just a rant there, man. Like, you don't need to take a fucking break, like a 1 week break to like a 1 week vacation to Mexico or something, like Cancun in a resort, just for you to get your energy back. It's all there in your fucking sleep. Dude, go to sleep early. Stop scrolling on your phone before you go to bed. Put on an orange light filter, red light filter before you get to bed. Take some magnesium. I recently started taking this sleep mask shit because the light in the morning keeps waking me up and penetrates my eyeballs. Like, there's a lot of shit you can do to maximize your recovery such that every day becomes rest. Not you have to take a 1 week vacation to take a rest. There's all the rest you need in one fucking day, man. All the time is there. But most of these motherfuckers are using their time wrong, man. Stop wasting your time on shit that doesn't matter, man. Okay, that's just a rant there. I'm generally fucking emotionally kind of mad about that, dude. I don't know why. But basically, let's just go a bit deeper on this. Where essentially, you know, I'm gonna dip, and I think I'm gonna move in tomorrow morning, and this new place is gonna be fucking lit. I'll be able to learn, like, I'm gonna be working on some robot shit, not just mechanical design, and that's kind of what I wanna work on some AI robotic shit later down in my own lifetime as like a life goal, like in terms of technical, because like for me personally, I am pretty good on both the technical side of things and then also like speaking, sales, marketing, that type of stuff. Like, I studied both of them pretty extensively, and I'm in a rare position where I'm able to do both of those. I think that, like, this is just a rant, but when I was like leaving the company today, and I was like handshaking everyone, I was like hugging all the homies, and I was like, damn, bro, it was nice working with you. This guy was like, yo, when are you gonna see us again? And I was like, 8 years. Like, this is kind of like half jokingly, half not, but he's like, yeah, well, you know, maybe you'll see him next time when he's running his own company, man. He's like, because like my boss, like, he knows I'd be like twerking on all of their assignments, and I'm literally delivering shit as if I was the boss, because like I go beyond what they just assigned to me, and I ask, like, why is this being assigned to me? How can I make it better? And honestly, give my own analysis from like an executive position. So I don't want to go super details because some of the stuff we work on is pretty confidential, but I'll just say that I'd be working pretty deeply on some of these things, right? But basically, he's like, this guy is a G because I work in this kind of field of hard work every day. Like, I really put in my 100%, because, you know, there's that quote where how you do one thing is how you do everything. So I applied that even to a 9 to 5 job that people are like, oh, I don't care, I'm gonna just do my bare minimum. No, dude, give your best effort, because energy is infinite. I mean, for me, it's not, because I'm on my cut. But for most people, energy is infinite, man. Put in your max effort. And like, there's no downside to put in your max effort when it comes to these jobs, right? You know, just another rant, man, about small companies. They are really small, but that also means that you get a lot of experience because you get to work on so many different things. I swear to God, I learned so much shit in that 1 year that I worked there. Even though I wasn't paid that much, I learned like what people do in 3 years. Like I learned this, not just mechanical design. I learned how to do AI automation shit. I also learned how to make dashboards. I also learned how business actually works in the sales marketing side in the real world. Like most of these people that do business with each other, a lot of it, like none of these guys are perfect, man. All of these guys, they just need money right now, man. And how it works is that they're just gonna be talking to all the other people, trying to strike up deals and shit. Like I don't know how to explain it because I don't super understand it deeply, but I have a more real world experience with how business actually works in the real world. And that's gonna help me a lot because that intrinsic knowledge gets transferred over whenever I want to do my own thing here. And you know, it just seems like to me that money isn't really like, as long as you just try even a little bit, it's not hard to make money, in my own opinion. From what I've seen, when I look into how things are invoiced here, you know, people are getting seven-figure deals for these jerry-rigged ass products. Honestly, like it's just crazy, man. Like I don't understand. Like I can't really explain it because I don't understand it. But like, holy shit, it's not really that big of a deal. But basically, I get a lot of experience. That's what I'm trying to say here. And, you know, I think I did pretty good here because I really gave a shit there. You know, sometimes I had little bits and periods where I was just so bored, I was like distracted on my phone. I've completely removed that from my system now. But I know some people, they take their positions and places in a company for granted. And like for me, for example, in the small company, I might not be paid well, but at least I learned a lot. Like I learned a lot about business there. So like it's fucking crazy. This new company I'm gonna go is like a lot bigger and a lot more pay, and I'm more for the pay side. So I'll go a bit more rant. Did I answer this video's question? What now? I mean, I guess so. I quit my job. This is just supposed to be a pure rant. It's not supposed to be super anything like scripted or anything like my other videos. This is just like I just have some thoughts. I'm kind of feisty with it, and I just want to talk about it. But yeah, what now? So I know in my last video or so, like the first one I said in here of my 3-year goal plan, which is still in motion, but I did change it kind of drastically. Where I think I did want to say I wanted to go to Japan to live there, but now after some thinking, I'm thinking that it's kind of a bad place to stay, because when you think about it as an American, visa wise, if you want to stay in Japan, the best way is to go into language school. But the thing about language school is that it restricts you locationally and time freedom wise. And one of my goal wise is like a pretty generic goal, financial, location, and time freedom. But if I go to Japan for like a year of language school, and I'm already doing the tutoring, so like I don't even need that shit, and I'll be paying like 10K over like 2 years to go to a language school that I don't need just to get a visa. I'm like, why the fuck am I doing that? And I realized that I will violate the time and location freedom aspect about it, because when you're locked into a language school for 5 hours a day, you know, you can't really move anywhere. And if you try to like go against that system, you lose your visa, and then you have to deal with all that logistics. It's just bad. So I was like, why am I even doing this anymore? So I realized a new place is to go is like Da Nang in Vietnam. So I chose this place newly because it's also a lot cheaper than Japan. It's like 3 times cheaper. Like you can live there $1,000 a month, and you will live very, very nice. I did a lot of research on it. I need to do more on it, but from my first impressions, it seems very, very good. And I'm thinking that I would go there. And at my current job, there's a bit of traveling, so I'm gonna try to open this one credit card called the Chase Sapphire Reserve, and I'm trying to stack credit score in the Chase ecosystem right now. Like I really looked into credit cards like a week ago, and I'm setting it all up in the Chase ecosystem. I'm going to farm credit card rewards or flight rewards with this Chase Freedom Flex credit card. I think it gives you like 5% cash back, but at my new job, they let you, you know, 25% of the time is traveling, so I'll be traveling, but they give you like first class out flights and shit. And I'm going to be flying, and you get to keep the points that you buy that they reimburse you probably. So I'm going to stack a lot of those. And what I'm planning to do is that, you know, you go to Vietnam, and this Chase Sapphire Reserve is really good if you travel a lot, like go on a lot of planes. And what I'll do is that I'll go to the Vietnam, I'll set up a base there. The visa there is also way better than like the Japanese one. you essentially just pay like $25 to go there, and you can just keep reoccurring it. There's like this visa running thing. I think the digital nomad people do that, but honestly, I'm not really trying to be like a digital nomad like that, because a lot of these people are just, I think they're traveling for the wrong reasons. But basically, I'm going to go there, and I'm going to set up the base. And if I want, or I will want to go around the Asian countries, because I gotta reconnect my roots, right? Because I've been in the U.S. the whole fucking time, and I'm kind of tired of living here, and I want to see what it's like on the other side of the globe. So I want to travel there a bit. But things that, if I'm in Vietnam, I get access to like all the Asian countries. Maybe some guys are like, dude, why don't you just go to Korea? You're literally Korean. And the thing is that if I go there, I get conscripted to the fucking military, and I can't do shit for 2 years. And I'm gonna lose all the gains, because you're gonna have to eat 1,000 calories a day on ginseng chicken and pop. Like, what the fuck? I'm not doing that shit. So there's no reason for me to go there. And the other alternative is Japan, but like the visa shit is bad. So I'll go to Vietnam then, because that's in Southeast Asia. And then I also like pho. Like, pho is one of my favorite foods, dude. I fucking love that shit. And you can get that for like $2 there, and I'm gonna eat that shit every day. I'm gonna be like, I don't fucking know, man. This is just like my change of mind after 4 months. And if I want to go to Korea or Japan, I just go there like 25% of the time. Like, even when I was in Japan, like, I realized it's kind of lonely, and I'm like, how the fuck would I even live here long term? Because a lot of people there are very emotionally repressed and cold and distant, honestly. And it's just not a very good person, like, experience. I'm not really that type of cold person. I'm very warm and social. I like to be like that. And the Japanese people are like, it's kind of like, it's kind of like weird, I guess. But Vietnamese people, the Da Nang, it's like a beachside city. I think it'll be cool. But also, when I did research on there, what I also saw that 15% of the population there is Korean. I was like, what the fuck? Why is there so many Koreans? But there's going to be a lot of Korean people there. So I get to talk with the Korean people. So it's just not all the Vietnamese, but like all the Korean people. I just think it's like a really good idea so far. I'm still like thinking about it, but right now that's going to be my main pivot. That's my update. But what I'll do is I'm going to save a shit ton of money in 2 years. If I got to spend money on shit that I have to buy, like the Logic, then I will buy it. I'm not going to buy like stupid shit, right? Because like my goal here for financial freedom, that means you have to make as much money as possible and make sure that your living expenses are pretty much covered or very low compared to how much you make. That is pretty much what wealth is. So, I don't really give a shit about materialistic shit like Louis Vuitton or the Gucci or the Prada. I don't give a fuck. I don't give about cars. I don't give a fuck about watches. I don't give a fuck about the jewelry. I don't give a fuck about the shoes. I really don't give a fuck, dude. If I am gonna say anything of food that I really love, or money, okay, I just said it, but I love food, man. I can spend so much money on food, bro. But like, there's only so much money you can spend on food, That's the only thing. I don't give a fuck about any of the other shit. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. But, I want to have enough money such that I don't have to worry about that shit no more, bro. Like, it's fucking annoying to worry about money, and it's because you set up all these stupid-ass financial decisions early on. You didn't know how interest works, or you bought stupid shit you didn't need just to impress people you don't even like. Like, it's just weird, in my own opinion. But, yeah, I'll probably go to that Da Nang place, but we're going to make some OD money online. And I got some plans for that, but I'm not going to reveal them because I think it's going to destroy my dopamine or my motivation to do it. I'm not revealing anything until I'm actually making money from it. But I got that little bit of a plan there. I want to go there to Asia, live there a bit. Oh yeah, I think I changed it up a bit, but I low-key want to have OD kids as well. Because I was like thinking, like in America, a lot of these people, like even the Korean American people, a lot of them are westernized and they don't really want kids, I think. Or, I don't know, a lot of them are just like, they're just kind of weird, the people in America. I don't really know if it's like the best place to have a family or whatnot, because that's one of my goals as well. I want a shit ton of kids, and you got to make a lot of money to have those kids. But also realizing like Da Nang or Vietnam, they have a lot of like traditional people who actually want the kids, and then they don't act like guys. So like, I think that's just a good alignment. And there's also the Korean people. So, if you connect the dots, it's not a bad deal. So that's just my own opinion on it. I'm not super experienced on dating. I just want to say that. But just from my experience, from like seeing how girls act here, and then from also experience of other people that I know, in the U.S., it's not really what I want. Like all the people that want to do the hookups or all the casual instant gratification things, if that's what you want, then okay, go ahead. But it's not really what I want. I just want like a whole ass fucking army of kids that I can. Okay, that sounds so wrong, but I want like a whole ass army, and I'll be like, yo, we're gonna do this shit today, and I don't know, maybe we're like playing basketball together or something. I don't know. It's gonna be like kind of cool, bro. I ain't even gonna lie, dude. You know how in like when you're playing Risk of Rain 2, and you got all the robots on your side, and you got this whole fucking army, but like imagine like it's all your blood as well. It's gonna be fucking cool, bro. I don't know. That's one of my goals, man. But yeah, it's kind of like basic ass human goals here. It's kind of what I want, but I'm just trying to optimize it for that as much as possible. Dude, fuck this. At some point, we're gonna do world domination, man. At this point, I'm just fucking yapping. I am not gonna lie, chat. Okay, well, that's what I want to say here. I just had some things I wanted to say, some things I wanted to yap about, some things I wanted to rant about, and nothing that crazy about this video except, you know, maybe if you got a lesson from this, a key insight into my psyche as the Korean American Ryan Park from Northern Virginia, then I hope you enjoyed it. But that's pretty much all I want to say in this video, and I'll see you guys